At the top of the page, you can see the notes are solving an absolute value equation continued. These notes are going to be just like the day one notes. If you do just scroll through and look at the page, both front and back, you can see what's different is that the b value is now a variable expression. So at the top of the page, to fill in the blanks, to solve an equation in the form a, the absolute value of a equals b, where a and b represent variable expressions, we still solve it the same way. You take the expression within the absolute value symbols and set it equal to the positive of the variable expression on the right, and you set the value of the expression within the symbols a equal to the negative. You could just make a note that all terms in b remain the same for the first one. Where in the negation, all the terms in b change sign. And as before, be sure to check for extraneous solutions. Even when it doesn't say to check, you still should be looking for extraneous solutions. So let's solve number one. In number one, again, the first equation, you keep what's in the absolute value symbol the same. And then for the second one, you set it equal to the negation. So to solve both, I need to start by subtracting 3x. And then this one you'll get 6 equivalent to negative 2x. Divide by negative 2. And x is equivalent to negative 3. And the one on the right, again, start by subtracting 3x. Divide by negative 4. And x is equivalent to negative 3 halves. Now, without even, substituting x in on your calculator or doing the math in your head, the equation says that the absolute value of 3x plus 6 is equal to x. Again, any absolute value expression cannot be equal to a negative number. So because both of our answers are negative, we can reject them both, and therefore we have no solution. Okay, looking down to the second one, again for one of the equations, this time it is asking us to check. We keep the b value the same, so it stays 4x plus 5. And then in the second one, it switches to the negation, so 3x plus 2 equals negative 4x minus 5. So to solve both, this one by subtracting 3x first. Subtract 5. And this one I get x equal to negative 3. This one I'm going to add the 4x over, so I have a positive number of x's first. So I have 7x plus 2 equals negative 5. Subtract the 2. 7x is equivalent to negative 7. Divide by 7. And x equals negative 1. So now I'm going to check both of those answers. Again, I like to set up a T-chart. And I'm just going to check by substituting these numbers into the original equation. So I have the absolute value of 3 times negative 3 plus 2. Is that equal to 4 times negative 3 plus 5? Okay, negative 9 plus 2. Does that equal negative 12 plus 5? Well, this is the absolute value of negative 7. Does that equal negative 7? It does not, because the absolute value of 7 or negative 7 is equal to 7. So that's not equal to. This does not check. And now I'm going to substitute the negative 1 into the original equation. I can fit it. So 3 times negative 1 is negative 3 plus 2. Does that equal negative 4? When I take the absolute value of negative 4 plus 5. Well, here I get the absolute value of negative 1, which is 1. Does that equal negative 4 plus 5, which is 1? It does. So x equals negative 1 is my only solution for that one. Okay, so let's move to the back and the last question. In this question, the absolute value is not isolated. So the first thing that we want to do is isolate the absolute value. So I'm going to have to subtract 2x. Now I'm going to divide by negative 1. Now I have the absolute value of x plus 2 equals negative 11 plus 2x. Again, now that this is isolated, I can make my two equations. So 1, again, the x plus 2 stays the same, as well as the b, in this case, which is negative 11, plus 2x. And then the other equation, the a stays the same, but then I negate the b, so it's 11 minus 2x. Now I'm going to go ahead and solve these equations, and you should do so on your paper. Alright, so I have the solutions of 13 and 3. And instead of setting up the t-chart, because I have all this space, I'm going to go ahead and do the check right underneath each solution. So, and this one is 2 times 13 minus the absolute value of 13 plus 2. Does that equal 11? So go ahead and simplify. And this one checks. so 13 works. Now let's check the other. Is 2 times 3 minus the absolute value of 3 plus 2. Does that equal 11? Because I end up with 1 not equal to 11, we can reject the 3 because it's extraneous, and then x equals 13 is our answer.